What's going on, guys? It's Schwo, and welcome to your number one source of Gears of War Judgment coverage. Once again, this is going to be part one of a three-part series on a article about Overrun that came out from the GearsCon guys. I believe GearsCon is a bunch of guys from the Epic forums who went nuts with it and got involved and are able to go out to these events. But either way, they got to play some Overrun. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the Locust a little more in depth in their abilities. And the first one is the Ticker. Its special ability is Speed Dash, and the role is the Tickers in Overrun are a fusion of the Wild Ticker and Ticker from Gears of War 3 in Beast Mode. Not only is it able to quickly dash into battle and detonate, but it is also able to take down cog fortifications. If this Ticker also happens to eat a grenade from the Grenadier special ability, its blast radius is doubled upon detonation. These new Tickers are very good in the opening rounds to quickly destroy the opponent's defenses and allow for your teammates to push quickly towards the objective. Now, it looks like, well, it doesn't look like they obviously combined the Wild Ticker and Ticker from Beast Mode. I mean, it was kind of silly to have two Ticker classes. I mean, they did very different things, but I mean, really two Tickers? It's just a silly little enemy. But it looks like they did a good job improving upon the Ticker for Gears of War Judgment's Overrun. Obviously, it's going to be your opening push, go-to Locust for blowing up fortifications. But, you can also definitely do some damage, and you can eat the grenade from the Grenadier and make up for a huge explosion. So, the Ticker looks like it is pretty improved upon going into Gears Judgment, and I'm pretty impressed with that. Moving on to the Wretch. Its special ability is the Stunning Scream roll. The Wretch brings the first support class within the Locust Horde, taking the Wretch from Beast Mode in Gears of War 3 with its stun screen, then adding increased movement speed and the ability to not only leap over hazardous objects, but also to climb perches. Makes this a very versatile class. Wretches are the only unit within the Horde that is able to counter the COG scout unit on perches. Their stun scream allows for their teammates, such as Maulers and Grenadiers, to quickly dispatch these stunned opponents. So, I remember when I first heard about Beast Mode coming into Gears 3, one of the things they talked about with the Wretch was that it was going to be able to climb. And when the game came out, obviously that didn't happen. So what I'm seeing a bit of a pattern here is it looks like a lot of the stuff they wanted for Gears 3 and weren't able to do, they're bringing into Gears of War Judgment. So the Wretch should be pretty interesting to play as. Maybe you'll get to some weird spots and some interesting surprise attacks. Alright, moving on to the Grenadier. Its special ability is the Frag Grenade. And its role, the Grenadier class is one of the strongest offense units for the Locust Horde. Equipped with the Lancer Assault Rifle and National Shotgun, allows for the Grenadier to be the front lines or support character. Designed to be the only unit within Overrun equipped with frags, makes it especially lethal. Grenadiers can combo their grenades with Tickers for bigger explosions, toss them into choke points to eliminate enemy sentry turrets, and also kill multiple units. The Grenadier also possesses the ability to ride blood mounts, which greatly reduces the cooldown for their abilities, which means more frags in shorter spans of time. Excuse me. The Grenadier looks like it's essentially going to be the same, only they're giving you a Lancer and the ability to ride blood mounts. So, the Grenadier looks like it'll definitely be the go-to class early on if you're looking to really get involved with killing people. And the Frag Grenade is also great for fortifications, or at least it was in Gears 3. I'm going to assume that will transfer over to GoWJ. But, riding the blood mount is a cool thing to bring down the cooldown. So if you have a person who's good with the blood mount, you can really go to town on the enemies. You'll have constant frag grenades. And as we'll see with the Cantus in a minute, it also cools down the healing time for the Cantus, which is what I'm talking about next. The special ability is Chain Healing. So not just healing, chain healing. And the Cantus is another support class for the Locust Hordes. Their healing ability... their special healing ability has been changed for a large area effect from a large area effect to a chain effect. This allows the Cantus to heal not only the unit in front of them, but allows the heal to jump to our Locust outside of the normal range of the Cantus. The Cantus are equipped with the 4th version of the Hammer Burst. This is what gets a little interesting here. Which must be fired in bursts of 3 shots, otherwise it will kick to the sky. So you heard that here. The Hammer Burst has all kinds of recoil now, so apparently, like the way this describes, it sounds like you can get 3 shots off quick, but then that's it. You have to time it, and that's going to do it for the Hammer Burst being overpowered, as long as that transfers over into normal multiplayer. But continuing on here, like the Grenadier, the Cantus possesses the ability to ride blood mounts, which allows them to move more quickly across the map while healing units as they push towards the objective. So as you can see, the blood mount is going to be a pretty big part of Overrun for the Locust side. I'm going to talk about the blood mount next, but it's pretty interesting how they're going with that, because the blood mount in Gears 3's Beast just wasn't. It just felt like it didn't belong. It was kind of silly and clunky. You have the guy riding around on it. You could point to an area and have them shoot. So it looks like they want a different direction with it. Instead of it being its own attack class, it's now basically a support unit to cool down abilities and get your guys closer to the action. And up next is the blood mount. Its special ability is halved cooldown time for Rider. So it actually has no ability for itself. Its ability is to help other classes' abilities. Blood mounts are the last support class for the Locust Horde in Overrun. They still possess the strong melee seen in Gears of War 2 and 3's Horde mode, but now also allow for Grenadiers and Cantus to ride them into battle. Blood mounts do not possess a special ability of their own, but their passive ability allows for Grenadiers and Cantus' abilities to be used more frequent. If you're looking to take out enemy objectives, be sure to have at least blood mount with a rider at all times. So I don't want to talk too much more about it, but blood mounts definitely going to be important to have out on the battlefield. Do not make the mistake of overlooking it. A lot of people are going to, I see it happening already. Nobody's going to use it because everyone is really selfish in multiplayer, generally. So if you have a smart team and you play with good people, make sure you get some blood mounts out there. Up next is the Serapede. Its special ability is to spit poison. The role is the Serapede is the stronger version of the Ticker. Its electric charged mandibles allow for it to crush through cog defenses quickly, while also granting it the ability to stun any opponent foolish enough to get too close. Serapedes are only vulnerable at the rear ends of their bodies, making them the perfect unit to push through heavy cog defenses. Along with their special ability gives the opportunity to attack the cog at range with poisonous spit, but it also causes it to rear up and lose mobility. Now, that's another thing I heard about the Serapede heading into Gears 3, was that you'd be able to get up and look around and scout out the battlefield. But that apparently got scrapped coming into the full game. Interesting with the poison ability. That's that's gonna make that guy a little more useful, because in Beast mode Serapede just didn't seem like it was useful. I don't know. Maybe it was just me, but it was just like you had this little thing that could do small damage to defenses and not die. But moving on to the Corpse here, special ability, burrow and move underground. Roll. Welcome to the heavy Locust units. The Corpse here is not like the older version from Beast mode in Gears 3, but more like the boss unit from Horde mode. With the ability to burrow underground and bypass cog defenses, this unit will cause lots of trouble for your opponents. The Corpse here is also equipped with armor on its forelegs that protect it for damage, though its rear body is still vulnerable to attacks. Corpsers can obliterate defensive positions and units with ease. If you're looking to kill objectives quickly, a pair of these will do the trick. Alright, so the Corpser, they added the ability to move around underground, which is going to make that thing just crazy. You'll definitely be able to sneak into bases and just wreak havoc on your opposition on the COG side. It was a little annoying, and I was a little annoyed that you could burrow but not do the moving in Gears 3, but to see that they added that for Gears Judgment is really interesting, and I'm very much looking forward to playing with that. And the last one I got here is the Mauler. Special ability is Spinning Spike Shield, and the role of the last Locust unit for Overrun is the Mauler, which is a fusion of the Maulers from Beast Mode and Rom's Shadow. The Mauler has the ability to swing its flail faster than before, making it finally that offensive unit that it deserved to be. Along with this, the Maulers have the special ability to spin their shield, which has offensive and defensive capabilities. When the Mauler spins its shield, it deflects projectiles back at COG defenders, which is especially useful in close quarters. And it also allows Maulers to kill COG defenders instantly if they are struck by the shield. So, basically, the Mauler in Beast Mode was kind of useless. It was so slow and lumbering, and things would basically shoot through your shield. But now they've added the ability from Ram's Shadow. If you guys played that DLC, the Maulers could shoot bullets back. They couldn't spin the shield, but it just happened automatically. But now they've added that as an ability. And if they bring back the boom shield for multiplayer, I think that should be something you can do, because that thing, it's always been a little out of place and no one really knows what to do with it, but adding it some more offensive capabilities would be good in my opinion. But that's all. That's going to do it for this commentary. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll leave a rating if you don't mind, and stay tuned for part 2, which I believe I will bring to you tomorrow, where I talk about the COD classes. So have a good night, guys.